Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so getting wealthy, staying wealthy, two different skill sets. And like all things in your Patsu chart, hey babe, if you've got it, you need to train it. So, in this video, which has turned out to be a pretty long video, we're going to look at some of the 10 gods and how they relate to your wealth generating activities. But more, because of this wholesale interest in trading these days, if you stay to the end, I will share with you the most important of the 10 gods that will help you become a good investor or trader. So, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for jumping in again on the video, right? This is the series where we use 八字 to decode the chapters in Morgan Housel's Psychology of Money. So, this is part five of the series. It corresponds with chapter five, Getting Wealthy versus Staying Wealthy. But first, give me 30 seconds to do a quick intro, okay? Right, so my name is Pauline Cheng. In case this is the first time you're jumping in on my video, I am a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner, and I use this art to empower, not to disempower. So prior to my pivot, I was in the communications field. Well, I still am. The topic is different, but the medium remains the same: writing, content creation, social media marketing. But I pretty much stopped doing live broadcast producing. Okay. So, in the course of watching this series, if you find that I am delivering value and you would like to explore your chart further, my booking link is in the description. Do note, however, that my métier is wealth and career. Okay, so now as far as the book is concerned, we are now on chapter 5, Getting Wealthy versus Staying Wealthy. Guys, I just need to let you know in advance. I hope you're seated comfortably because this is going to be a pretty long video, okay? So essentially, getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two different skill sets requiring different mindsets. So let's get down to the key takeaways, right? Good investing is about consistently not screwing up. Again, these are excerpts from the book. It's not about luck. Lady luck is a fickle mistress, they say. It's true. Okay, because not replicable, as I said in episode 2. Some charts really do have dumb luck. Well, good for them, right? But for others, well, there are certain skill sets we need to acquire. Getting money requires taking risks, being opportunistic, putting yourself out there. Keeping money requires humility and caution. So remember this line particularly, it's the core of this video sharing. Okay, so now for the purpose of this video, I'm going to split my presentation into two broad categories: business career as well as investing or trading. Okay, so let's get down to the meat of it. In part two, there are these three stars are very helpful for getting wealthy. Okay. First is the rob wealth. Okay. It's the ability to take risk. Rob wealth is competitive. It's a mind control star. At the healthy level, this star doesn't wait for opportunity to come knocking. Instead, it's out there creating opportunities. So when this star is healthy, it's basically a good hustler. But we don't want too many rob wealth in the chart. Okay, makes it a bit hard to save money because the backside always itchy. Okay, so I've covered Rob Wealth extensively in chapter 3, so you may want to jump back into that video if you're curious, right? So, how do we see these traits in our charts? I'll show you in the next slide. Just follow me on this one, okay? Right, so next, the indirect wealth star. This is an opportunistic star, it's the ability to spot opportunities. Um, Many people can be blind to opportunities because we keep insisting on seeing problems instead of opportunities. So the indirect wealth star also represents the abundance mindset. Missing this star in your Bazi chart, need to work a little bit harder to cultivate an abundance mindset. See, people with abundance mindsets are the ones who start business. Agree? Okay, even if they may complain about how, oh, the economy is so bad, sales is so so, but they would not be in business if they had a scarcity mindset. So for the indirect wealth, this is okay if you have multiple in your chart, because it just means the possibility of having multiple businesses running at the same time. Whether or not it can manifest depends on the strength of the day master. Can the day master handle so many things going on at once? Okay. And the seven killings, this is an action taking star. So in the book, it's called Putting Yourself Out There. Same thing, the ability and willingness to take action. So at a healthy level, seven killings is a star of strength, courage, determination, able to face the difficulties and do the hard work. We like this star at a healthy level, especially when it shows up with an eating god in the chart to keep it controlled. Too many, it becomes a little bit too volatile, so life may become a little bit hard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly share my screen to demonstrate what is just enough and what is too many, because understandably many people would plot their charts and then start counting, oh, I have so many rock wealth and stuff like that. We don't, the practitioners don't literally count every single appearance of the star. Okay, so just give me a second. So, for the interest of this sharing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Rob well as an example. So here you have the your simple parts chart. So let's say you have RW. That's the key for in the year pillar. Okay, so this is considered one. Okay, what if there is another RW here? Do you think it's two? Actually, it's still one. Okay. What about there is a rooting here as well? Okay. Is one rooted? Okay. Is this considered two or three? No, it's still considered one because rooting. Okay. It's one rock well rooted in two places. But what happens with too many? Let's say, for example, you have the RW here. No, that is too many. Now, this counts as two because this one roots here and the other one roots on the side, then this is considered too many. When there's too many rock wealth stars or seven killing stars, life can be a little bit hard. Doesn't really affect the money earning potential. The one that it affects the most is the money savings ability. That's basically what it affects. Okay, so now let's get back to our main sharing. So now you know we don't literally count. Okay. So here's a shortcut to see if you have any of these three stars. I have the link in the free to a free parts plotter in the video description, and an important disclaimer. The terminologies and parts charts I use in this free sharing are copyrighted materials belonging to Datuk Joy Yap and the JY Mastery Academy. Want to learn more? If you want to do that, head on over to joyup.com. Now, to be clear, guys, I studied the arts from this academy, from the JY Mastery Academy. I was never a part of Team Joey Yap. Okay, so what do you do after you plot your chart? If you're using the Dato Joey Yap's chart, then it is you scroll right down to the bottom where you see this table here. Okay, and you look through the list to see which one you've got. It's rare to find all three rock wealth, indirect wealth, and seven killings usable in a single chart. Most charts will have one or two. So don't freak out if you don't have all three. It just means that you're a normal human being, okay? So work with the ones that you have. Don't stress over what you don't have. So in this example, we have a very strong rock wealth as well as an indirect wealth here that is trainable, and seven killings also require some training. So now we've identified which of these stars are found in your chart. What next? The hard work starts. Okay. So if rock wealth is stronger in your chart, need to learn to hustle. Need to learn to create opportunities. Rock wealth is a networking star. Learn to network upwards, leverage on other people's resources, learn to lead, be influential, motivate yourself, motivate others. That's a healthy way to use the rock wealth. If the indirect wealth is strong in your chart, then train your abilities to spot opportunities. Find a mentor. One of the best ways to train the indirect wealth is to apprentice yourself to a successful entrepreneur. Learn as you work, try not to get fired. Okay, so if the seven killings is strong and usable, cultivate a strong fighting spirit. Be physically fit because to handle the seven killings energy, the self must be strong. Okay, otherwise you fall sick. Okay, so now if you have a lot of these guys in your chart, as I mentioned earlier, okay, saving money can be a bit of a challenge. So the conventional advice is to send the money out as soon as you get it, right? Like once I get the money, I pay up the bills, I put it into invest it into bonds or trusts that you cannot access. Basically, we're talking about making it hard for yourself to liquidate. So these bunch, if you have a number of them in your chart, they are pretty good for starting businesses or to be in the profit generating division in your company. Okay. And speaking of hustling, if you find this content valuable so far, how about rewarding me by clicking down that like button? It helps to extend the reach so that more people can benefit. So now that we have decoded the part about getting wealthy, let's take on another bunch of skills. Staying wealthy, which is a whole nother ballgame. Okay. This is direct excerpt from the book. More than I want big returns, I want to be financially unbreakable. Okay. So this requires the direct resource stuff. A direct resource is learned, has extensive knowledge and information, well read. More, it refers to emotional intelligence as well. To activate your direct resource, meticulous preparation required. Train yourself to look at details, to study, stay informed, to prioritize self improvement. The right resource is the willingness to sit down and study reams of market research and reports and understand what's going on. Also, if you have a strong direct resource in your chart, learning to monetize knowledge is a natural gateway to wealth. Okay, next, planning is important. Okay. But the most important part of every plan is to plan on the plan not going according to plan. So many people will automatically equate this statement with direct wealth. You're not wrong. I just feel that this is more the purview of the direct officer because the direct officer is about discipline, self control, emotional control. It's the discipline to follow a process or a strategy while giving room for error. So it's playing within the rules. If this star exerts a strong influence in your chart, your natural gateway to wealth is to simply implement rules. This is almost like the role of a COO, the one who ensures that the entire system or process is running smoothly. So, discipline is also very important for investors and traders because remember, trading is emotional by nature. You see a panic run, you follow a panic run, okay, so this represents the ability to control how you think. To train it as an investor, for a start, get onto an education program that gives guidelines, process maps, trading parameters, and follow the rules. If you're already seasoned enough as an investor or trader, establish your own trading protocols and follow them. Don't let emotions overwhelm you. Okay. And lastly, a barbell personality, optimistic about the future, but paranoid about what will prevent you from getting to the future is vital. This is direct wealth territory. Direct wealth is in a chart represents our ability to maximize existing resources. Yes, it's the star of planning and management. It is frugal, a little miserly, but it is great at optimizing resources. How to train? Start to split up the savings accounts, maximize your money, mindfully work on your financial planning and projections, study your budget, set financial goals for the month or the year. The list is endless. Okay, so now let's go back a little while. So as you can see, let me just go back. Right, these guys naturally more suited to wheeling and dealing, whereas the DO and the DW stars are naturally will be more comfortable in a structured environment, which means as a career professional, usually. Okay, so having gone through that, let's go on to the investing style. But a very important disclaimer before we even go there, now that we are in deep into this book. Okay, I am not a financial advisor or an investment advisor. I do not have the certification, license, nor training as a financial advisor. True, my métier is wealth and career, but I am a Bazi and Feng Shui practitioner. All I do, guys, is read energy imprints. So please treat these sharings as for educational or entertainment purposes only. And I am certainly not doing any buy calls. Okay. So now that we've gotten over the hump, let's talk about your natural investment styles. Okay, we're going to feed these stars into the trading. Four major trading styles, right? Long term investing, also known as growth investing. This one holds the stocks for up to 3 years or more. Less time commitment required, great for lazy people. And here, more focus on fundamentals. And midterm trading, which is trend trading, when you hold for a few months and ride the trend until it hits your stop loss, just keep adjusting it upwards. So, charts with stronger DR, DO, and DW will likely gravitate towards the longer term trading styles. Why? Because this bunch is more likely to do extensive prep, okay? More willing to read through reams of 10K reports. This bunch will prioritize having control and will be more likely to create and follow through on a trading plan, and therefore more likely to enact stronger risk management strategies. Okay, however, charts with stronger DRDO or DW influence must come to terms with the fact that because there is a need for confirmation and assurance, chances will be pretty high that you will not benefit from the start of an uptrend. Means you're likely to jump in later. Why? Because always waiting for another confirmation candle. Okay, it's fine. It's really fine, right? We trade as to how who we are. Okay, because the key to a Bazi chart is always to fit the chart's natural energy towards the objective. I've said this time and time again. We cannot expect a chart with a strong DRDO and DW to behave like one with a strong RW, Rockwell, for example. Okay, can they be trained to be more Rockwell? Of course, but at the start, always best to follow the natural rhythm of the charts, to not behave out of character, because trading doesn't change who we are, it amplifies who we are. So, for the shorter trading styles, like swing trading or intraday, this is a more natural fit for charts with rob wealth, indirect wealth, and or seven killings, because loves the thrill of the win, enjoys being in the thick of action, um, loves to make sense, to enjoys the thrill of the chaos, so because of that, this bunch are more likely to recycle their capital faster, easier for them to stack the small wins, and because their risk appetite is bigger, more likely to jump onto an emerging trend and therefore benefit by being the first at the buffet. These bunch is more likely to be an early investor, almost like a VC. So on the negative side, this bunch is also more likely to adjust their stop loss or gap down when the market is on a downtrend. Also more likely to gamble, to short the market. Basically, more likely to gamble. And along with that, can either win big or oopsie. So maybe now you're looking at your chart thinking, oh my God, I have both IW and DW. equally strong. What does that mean? Or I have a mix of all these right at the top, right? Those types of chart require some work and awareness. You need to be conscious of what you are triggering. When you have a mix, all the more reason to trigger the discipline to follow through on your trading plan, the discipline to overcome the FOMO, fear of missing out, the discipline to learn and practice. We'll talk more about that in a short while. So, these 10 stars, think of them like hats. Which hat am I putting on for this activity that I'm doing? Okay, so let's take the example of this video that you're watching. When I'm reading the book, I'm putting on my direct resource hat. When I'm creating the slides, planning the presentation, I'm engaging my eating god, which is the storytelling star. But finally, in the last step of the process, when I am sitting in front of the computer and recording the video, I'm putting on my hurting officer hat. So, being mindful of what hats we're putting on is the trick, right? So, what happens if you stack one hat on top of the other? The head gets very heavy, you get a headache, okay? But regardless of which group you fall into, learning to ask the right questions is just as necessary in trading as it is in getting a 八字 consult. Ask the right questions, your 八字 reading will yield valuable answers. Ask bad questions, Oh, and by the way, I've recently started a brand spanking new Telegram channel. Join me there for latest updates, course announcements, latest videos, blog posts, and advanced notifications on great dates for certain actions. Okay, for now, I'm not yet ready or comfortable sharing feng shui activation dates, just so you know. But later, maybe, who knows, right? But one final word on this slide. Note that none of the trading styles say follow whatever my friend does trading. Okay. Oh, my friend buying, oh, Nvidia, I need to get in. Oh my God, I'm missing out. I'm missing out. So those kind of things stop. There are only three questions to ask as a trader, regardless whether you are with team risk averse or the team that enjoys skating on the edge of a heart attack. Okay. What is the trend? Is it up, sideways, down? Don't know, can't tell, don't go in. Is there a pattern to trade? This one you can learn. Is the reward over risk good? If no good, don't get to game the system. Yeah, don't go adjusting the profit and the stop loss just so that you get a good reward over risk. Okay. So, unnecessary questions. Should I take profit? Let's not be greedy lah. What if this is the peak? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm missing out? My friend has already sold. My friend is buying. So many others will come up. It's coming on Christmas. I need money. Just take profit. This is normal human brain behavior. We all experience this, which leads us to the most important 10 gods for trading, the most important hat for trading is your IR, indirect resource. This one is fuzzy logic. It's the ability to read and recognize patterns within a sea of chaos. This is the same ability we invoke when we learn metaphysics. So, in Bazi, the indirect resource is often interpreted as big picture thinking, the ability to recognize trends and patterns, unconventional knowledge or problem solving. It is also often connected to spirituality. And because of this link to spirituality, it is normal to find people thinking that to train your IR, all you need to do is meditate. Like, every day sit there and just and then we'll train our IR. But I'm here to tell you, of the 10 gods, the indirect resource is the hardest to train because it's not about the meditation, it's about the practice. You want to be a good Patsu practitioner? Read 100 charts. Want to be a great coder? Code to the point where you can look at a bunch of codes and pinpoint the problem. Want to be a great trader? Look and practice reading trend patterns until you master the skill. By the way, Warren Buffett has a very strong indirect resource star. Let's not forget, He started investing at the age of 10. His indirect resource star was super well trained. So, training the IR star, the indirect resource star, takes a lot of time and effort. It's literally the hardest muscle to train because needs a lot of heavy lifting. But when you get it, you really get it. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, let's use handbags as an example. Real, authentic luxury handbags versus cheap knockoffs. Someone who is constantly exposed to these items, who use them, who loves them, right, can almost immediately spot a fake. I, on the other hand, have never had any interest in handbags. Never. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know. Fail as a woman. So even if you shove both in my face, I won't be able to tell the difference. That's the IR. Okay. So the rule of 100, if you spend 100 hours in any discipline, which is only about 18 minutes a day, you'll be better than 90% of the world in that discipline. Consistent is everything. Consistency is everything when it comes to training our indirect resource staff. So, what's our key takeaway from this? Okay, I hope by now you understand that there are many routes to wealth. There are also many types of investors and traders. There are many hats we can wear in our wealth generating activities. It's about figuring out the skill sets required. A Bazi chart is like a map, just shows us your natural energy. The trick is to work with the Bazi chart to get to your objective. So don't force a business or trading style that contradicts your core personality. If you are someone who is more risk averse, don't worry if your friend or your trading buddy is more of the aggressive type, who is more of a risk taker. You do you. Okay. After this long presentation, to sum it all up, okay, you make money with action, rob wealth, indirect wealth, seven killings. You maintain money with discipline, okay, direct officer, direct resource, direct wealth. You multiply money with calculated risk, which is the indirect resource. So that wraps up chapter 5. Hope you've enjoyed this sharing. If you did, I'd appreciate if you could give me a like, share this with your friends, or maybe just plain subscribe to my channel. Okay, so if you've been looking for a consult or parts of reading, hey, I love to talk about money. So until the next time, until I see you in the next episode, here's me wishing you a wonderful day ahead. Okay, bye, guys.